I have a Briggs and Stratton EXL8000 with 135,000 starting watts portable generator that would not start. I replaced with new battery and would not start. I hooked up the new battery charger to the jack and before I could plug the charger into an outlet to carge, the new charger burnt up. What's up with that? Would it be a faulty solenoid?
Hello. Thank you for choosing JustAnswer for the solution to your problem. My name is XXXXX I am going to assist you with this. What are the actual model number and the serial number of the genset? Was the engine cranking, but not starting, or was it not doing anything at all?
Model number 03244 Rev2 serial #XXXXX would not turn, just a click spin noise from starter.
You are missing one number in the model number.
030244 Sorry, try that, Hank.
Not a problem. I just want to make sure I am looking at the correct genset. The only two reasons I can see for it to burn up the new charger without it even being plugged in are 1. A bad charger. 2. The battery connected backwards. Having the battery connected backwards may also keep it from cranking. Are you positive you got the battery connected properly? Red cable to the positive battery terminal, black cable to the negative battery terminal? Do not rely on the position of the posts on the battery. Physically look at the markings. One or both posts will be marked for polarity. Some batteries may look identical, but have the posts on opposite ends.
Yikes! That's the case of the looking same battery with opposite neg-pos locations. I can hook up right and see if I have a start.
Please let me know how it turns out. You would be surprised at how many people this happens to. If it does start, please don't forget to rate me 3 or higher, the higher the better, or reply to me if you need further help.
Now it starts but don't start. Full oil, no light on, new air cleaner and gas valve screen kit. Maybe bad gas?
I'm not sure what you mean by it starts but don't start. Could you elaborate on that?
It turns but won't start. Lots of battery power, just won't kick in and run.
Ah, I see. What you need to do now is to check and see if you are getting any spark at the plug. To check for spark, remove the spark plug wire from the spark plug. Remove the spark plug from the cylinder. Attach the spark plug wire to the spark plug. Using insulated tools so you do not get shocked, hold the base of the plug to the bare metal of the engine. Crank the engine and observe the plug for spark. There should be a bright blue spark jumping the gap of the spark plug. Is there spark present?
Okay, give me a few minutes.
Okay.
Yup, good blue spark.
Okay, first, make sure the switch is turned on. Make sure the fuel shutoff valve is turned on. If both of these are on, then remove the air filter. Pour about 2 teaspoons of gas into the carburetor, make sure it goes into the engine. Try to start the genset. Will it start and run for a couple of seconds?
Ran for 2 seconds and that was it.
Then it is not getting fuel. Are you sure the fuel valve is open?
Valve is open and getting fuel. I pulled the fuel line from fuel valve and saw there was gas coming out of valve.
Okay, then here is what you need to do. Pull the fuel line off the carburetor. Is there fuel getting to the carburetor?
Okay. Hank, the way it's set up appears I need to pull some bolts and remove the plastic cover that covers this fuel line. I'm at an end for today, but if you can tell me the next couple few steps to run my test if I do get fuel from hose or do not, maybe what to do next few steps ect, that would be great, or maybe tomorrow you are available. Don't want to lose you cause I like the way you troubleshoot, 5 on my scale.
It is actually simple. You have proven that the genset will run if it gets fuel, so the problem is in the fuel system. If you do not get fuel to the carburetor, the fuel line is plugged between the fuel shutoff and the carb. You would need to replace the line. If you are getting fuel to the carb, then the carb is bad. As gas gets old, it turns to varnish and clogs up the passageways inside the carburetor, not allowing enough gas to get to the engine. This condition is cumulative. Every time gas sits, the varnish builds up just a little more, like coats of paint, until eventually gas cannot flow. It will not happen overnight, but the symptoms can show up all of a sudden, even while simply stopping to refill with gas. The use of fuel additives, such as stable or sea foam, will not stop this process from happening. They will greatly slow it down, but the gas will still go bad. When this happens, either the engine simply will not start, or it will not run without the choke on. This reduces the amount of air getting pulled into the engine, changing the fuel/air mixture, or it will run but surges. Another issue that varnish in the carb can cause is that the varnish may not allow the float needle to seal properly against the seat, causing the flow of gas to not shut off when the bowl is full. The result will be gas overflowing the carb and running into the cylinder, and possibly out the air intake. If the gas gets into the cylinder, it will seep past the rings and down into the crankcase. This will be evidenced by your oil level being overfull and/or the oil smelling like gas. If this is the case, you will need to change the oil and filter, if it has a filter. The only two solutions are to either replace the carburetor or give it a good, thorough cleaning. When removing the carb, make sure to take a good picture, or make a good drawing of where all springs and linkages are attached. This will make reassembly much easier. Most people believe that cleaning a carb involves removing the bowl and wiping it out, then spraying some carb cleaner through it. This is simply insufficient. It takes months or years for this accumulation to build up, it just cannot be removed in minutes. To properly clean the carb, you must remove it, disassemble it, making sure to remove all non-metal parts, and soak it in a commercial solvent for several hours. Soaking it overnight is even better. Then clean all solvent off with a spray-type carb cleaner, making sure to get lots of cleaner into every hole and passage there is. Pay special attention to the tiny holes in the bore of the carb, under the throttle plate for the carbs that have these holes. Use lots of cleaner. And make sure to wear safety goggles to avoid getting the overspray into your eyes. There will be overspray. Dry the carb with low pressure compressed air. This is an EPA compliant carburetor, and as such, is not supposed to be taken apart or adjusted. When you have an issue with it, you are supposed to replace the entire carb. But, sometimes it is possible to clean them. Just remember, that as an EPA compliant carb, there are no parts available for it, so if you lose or break anything, you will definitely need to get a new one. Occasionally, even a good cleaning is not going to be sufficient, and you may end up having to replace the carb anyhow. Be prepared for this. If for some odd reason this does not help, please let me know so I can assist you further. Please rate me 3 or higher, or reply to me if you need further help.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.